Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 series. We're doing Minecraft every day, one video a day. It's going to be a great time. And today we are continuing where we left off last time. Well, goodness me, there's just so much to do. We need to create a farm, we need to create a house, we need to build a smoker, and in fact, I think we can go ahead and do that one as soon as we have enough cobblestone to build it. So we're going to head back into what is eventually going to be our epic dwarven mine, where we are going to harvest all of our resources right from below our house, which I think is going to be great. We're also getting tons of flint here, which is good. And by tons, I think we now have 2 pieces of flint. So that's enough for, 2 flint and steel. Although there's no way to get steel in Minecraft, so where that's coming from, I couldn't tell you. I understand you just use iron, but I think there's more to it than that. I'm pretty sure, steel is just hyper-refined iron, right? Well, I don't think you use flint in that process, right? So just combining flint... Hold on. Are we actually in the ocean now? What is this? Have we dug out under the island? I was about to do a whole bit about how the flint and steel makes no sense. But let's see what this is first. Oh yeah, look at this. We've got... This is great! This is wonderful! Oh, this is extensive. What is that? Hold on, what is that? I actually don't know what that is. We're gonna drown if we're not careful, so let's be careful. I don't know what that right there is either. Is that what charcoal looks like nowadays? Interesting. Let's go ahead and collect some of it if we can. I think it'd probably be easier if we can stand right here and just very narrowly swoop down here. And it looks like that was in fact coal. So that's the way back into our house. If we get a full breath here, and then we dive. This is cool. Now, I know there are some tricks we can use to sort of regain oxygen, or at least there used to be. So I know placing down a ladder underwater used to be one of them, or maybe a slab, but I'm not sure if those work anymore. They could have been patched for all I know. Well, this is unfortunate that we've flooded our mine now. Worse things could happen. We could have come across a Wendigo in the mines, as does happen in some lores, in legends. We got the cobblestone we needed, though, for the little project I said we were going to work on very quickly. We are going to need we got to do the food. We got to do the food. We also need to find sheep so we can create a bed, or we're going to be hunted by horrible demons ere come the night. Okay, let's create one thing at a time. Let's go ahead and make a furnace, and then we will harvest a bit more wood. We have plenty of wood right now already, actually. So let's create the smoker. Might be the first time I've ever done that in Minecraft. There you go. So that's how we can make better food. Or make food more efficiently, more quickly. Next thing we're going to build is a boat. Because we have to go find sheep. And we're going to use our last 2 iron to create shears. And then we're going to go find sheep right now. Because I don't want to be in a position... Oh, the sun's already setting. We're already on night 2. Well, maybe that's ideal. So as I have said in the past, we do have 2 mods installed, one of which is a map mod. So we're going to open up our map mod, and we're going to set a waypoint, and we're going to call this one home. This is going to be how we find our way home here in the future. Green seems as good as any color for such a task. I don't know if that materializes in the overworld. It does. I think for the most part we'll want to have that turned off usually, but for right now I'm okay with it. Now, I think you can actually collect fish by swimming. I don't think you have to use a fishing pole anymore. I think I might be able to swim up on these fish and just harvest them like so. Yes. But what kind of fish are these? Tropical fish? Can we eat a tropical fish? Is that possible? They're trying to get away from me, and I don't blame them, because, look at what I'm doing right now. This is unhinged behavior. But I gotta eat somehow, so sorry about this. They do look like clownfish, but they're just called tropical fish, which is interesting. There's some bigger fish over here as well. I don't know if there's an advantage to eat the different types of fish. I'm assuming all of them can be eaten, though I don't know that. There we go. I think we're good on food for right now. Check your recipe book. Okay, I will do that. I will. You don't need to tell me twice. What we do need to do now, though, as the sun has already set, is we need to kind of paddle around, and ooh, we got squid. Lovely. Love me some squid. Love me the derpy Minecraft squid. We really need to find sheep. Now, we are unsure, or at least we were, whether or not this over here was going to be its own like little island or part of a greater continent. So as we approach, more of the map should fill in, and we should get a better idea. There's a village! Oh, that's perfect! Okay, we can go over there. There's also whatever that is, coming towards me, it seems, from the looks of things. It's got some sort of green mark on it. I don't know what that is. It's moving quickly. Where am I at? I'm right here. I don't think we need to worry about it. Oh, you know what? This actually allows us to cheat a little bit, I just realized, because it does tell us what is what and where. Chickens, cows. This is not part of vanilla Minecraft. I feel kind of bad using it. But we might be able to just pilfer some wool from the local village. I believe there may... Oh my gosh, there are turtles in Minecraft? Wasn't sure what I was looking at there for a moment. Is that what that is? Hold on, let's zoom in on that again. That's what those are. That's what the green things are. They're turtles. They're turtles in Minecraft. Okay, you learn something new every day, I suppose. That's interesting. I believe there are dolphins now, too, although I don't want to find one of those right now. There's nothing I can do for it if I find a dolphin. Look at this village. This is nice. Have Minecraft villages been maybe overhauled to look nicer and make more sense? Should we maybe consider relocating? You know what? We have a year. We can have our second house be here. In fact, we can just take over one of these houses and have it be our home away from home if we wanted to. And we can have all of our real work be back on the island. That's where we do all of our mining, you know, during the day or what have you. And then we come back to this place. It does currently look like it makes more sense. No longer do they use wool, although you'd think they'd just have lanterns or something. Can you eat a turtle? My mind is on food right now. I'm worried about starving to death. If you can, it doesn't look like we got any delicious, nutritious turtle meat from them. I do see horses over yonder. I also see plants. Now, it doesn't look like these have grown enough to be harvested just yet, so we'll leave them be for now. Uh-oh. This might be the first time we've ever done battle with a zombie. There you go. There's also cats running around. This is lovely. There's also a bell. I don't know what that does. Does it do anything? Oh, villagers are coming out, but I don't think that's related to the bell so much. See, what I really need right now is sheep, and I'm not seeing any of those. Or wool. We just need wool. Or a bed. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to take that. Very sorry. I hope that doesn't have any negative ramifications for the locals. I apologize. I'll be going now. I did not mean to cause you problems. I will be back, though, and I will take more things from you in the future. If you doubt that, you really shouldn't. Trust me, I have no moral qualms with stealing from non-player characters, alright? If you were real, that would be different. But as it is, you're basically my subjects now. I live on yonder mountain, and I shall rule over thee with an iron fist. I shall govern you with great compassion, but also a rock-solid determination to do what is best for myself. So, you know, if you're besieged by monsters, call me. I'll come help. But I will demand payment for my services rendered, right? Maybe I'm the wild child descendant of the shipwreck. Maybe I'm the Tarzan of this island. But Tarzan is still under copyright until sometime in 2030, I believe. So not that. Is it true, or is this... Oh, is it the term apocryphal? I think apocryphal is the word. I've heard the story, it could be apocryphal, that the reason George of the Jungle existed was that they wanted to create a Tarzan show and actually made it into development before realizing that Tarzan still had a copyright on it. And so they just created this different ape-like child who grew up in the jungle and swings on vines. And that's where George of the Jungle comes from. I've always assumed George of the Jungle was inspired by Tarzan, but whether or not it is true that, you know, it started off as supposing to be either a comic strip or a TV show based on the material before realizing that the copyright existed. I don't know if that part is true. I don't want you to leave here thinking that's true either. I don't know. It might not be. It's very funny to think about, though. Imagine you're working on a project and you start telling everyone in your family that you're working on the Tarzan show. And then you come in one morning And some guy's there in a suit, and he's going, "We just can't do it, Johnny. We just can't do that. We can't make that show, Johnny. We don't have the rights to Tarzan." Bah, humbug. George the Jungle, then we'll call him George the Jungle. He fell out of an airplane. It's baby boy. How about that? Can we do that? And he's like, "Yeah, I guess suppose we can, Johnny." I don't know why the character's name is Johnny in this scenario, but there have you. You know, if it is apocryphal, if that's not how it happened, maybe I don't want to know. Maybe I want to live with the sweet lie. But here you go. To everyone watching this series who kept thinking, boy, it'll be funny when he doesn't get a bed and he gets beset by the evil sleep demons, joke's on you. We've done it. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? We've traveled the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's just looking for a bed at the end of the day, aren't they? And we did it. Uh-oh. Well, that sounded like a beast. That sounded like a spider. Was that a hello? Oh, yeah, it was. So he's chill now, but I need string so I can go fishing or maybe make a bow. And son of a spider mother, he didn't drop any. Ugh. That's unfortunate. It's okay. Life goes on. Earlier, we collected kelp. I believe we did. Or maybe, yeah. What are the uses of kelp? Dried kelp. Okay. It can be used in composting. It can be made into a dried kelp, which can be turned into a dried kelp. But can you eat it? Can you eat dried kelp? Do we have access to an infinite food supply, potentially? Let's throw that in there with a bit of charcoal. That is rather quick. That does cook up rather quick. Can we use this for anything? Oh, it can be used as a fuel source. Oh! Kelp can be used as a food source. I mean, you have to cook it first, which... Kelp itself can't be used as a food source, but if you cook 9 of them... right? You can then cook 20 other items. The math makes sense. It is advantageous, I suppose, to use a little bit of coal. Because if you use 2 pieces of charcoal, you have enough to make 2 dried kelp blocks, and then you can cook up 40 more kelp. And it can become sort of a self-sustaining situation, I suppose. But yeah, it definitely can't be used by itself. Also, it didn't seem to feed you a whole lot. Oh, wow. Okay. Not a particularly useful food source, but I am now intrigued by the concept of using it as a fuel source. That's interesting to me. I also do want to continue mining a bit more, but, you know, we're going to need more cobblestone. I would like to have a house eventually. Maybe my decision to start with a stone floor as a firm foundation is ultimately going to be my undoing. Did you notice how I was almost unable to complete the sentence? I started to veer off. I felt myself losing control of my own words. Ultimately, let's start digging in a thiswardly direction now, away from the water, so that we don't continue to flood this place. And we'll see what awaits us if we go down here. So my digging method is pretty sound. Basically, you stand on a block, you dig straight ahead, and then down, and then straight ahead, and then down, and you do that again and again until you find something useful or interesting. Now, finding dirt here is interesting, but not particularly useful. So again, straight ahead and down. Straight ahead and down. Straight ahead and down. And eventually you find stuff like coal, which is good to find. And at that point, your whole system kind of gets wrecked a little bit because you have to stop and collect the coal, which takes a little bit of time, but it's going to be well worth it because in the end, you can use all this coal to cook up kelp that you can then use to cook up more kelp that you can then use to cook up maybe food and ores and more iron when you find it. I am kind of upset, though, that we're about to run out of our iron pick and we've yet to find any more iron ore. That's disappointing. That's upsetting. That's concerning. We're going to have to eventually go make, unfortunately, stone pickaxes, which are lame. And in fact, I think we're going to go ahead and do that. You know what? We still have a wooden pick. Here we go. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. It's better than letting it go to waste. I'm happy we have the opportunity to make use of this wooden pick that the game gave us right at the start. Heavens help me. It's very slow, Yeah, I'm not doing this. We're going to go make some stone picks. And we did collect up a new piece of resource called diorite, which sounds like something that you would take in the 90s or maybe the 80s even to lose weight right before the big reunion. So you're trying to get rid of those 80 pounds and you go pick up some Slim Fast and some diorite. And then you find out 30 years later that the diorite gives you horrible, horrible cancer in your pancreas. And you know what? It was known the entire time, and the FDA approved it because they were basically paid off. And that's just how the system works, unfortunately. They're paid off to allow companies to poison you, and those companies are further paid off by the medical industry so that they can, make a fortune selling you the medicine to the diseases, right? Like, this is the system of the world that we live in. Can you not make jack-o'-lanterns anymore? Is that not a thing? I thought you could make a jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, it's still a thing. Carved pumpkin. Okay, well, there's no way to get a carved pumpkin. I'm clicking on it. It doesn't appear to have a recipe. I guess you just have to find them somewhere in the world. Comment down below. Let me know. Can we leave this here? Can we use this? Can we use this as a fuel source in, like, the blast furnace or maybe the smoker? There you go. Make more kelp. That's what you're good for. Go ahead and we'll use these. And the reason we're holding on to what's left of the iron one is, if we're ever able to build an additional iron one, we can combine them, and it'll kind of give more than it gets, right? Like in the Michael Bublé song, where he promises he'll give more than he gets. Then he gets, then he gets, then he gets. Oh, and he knows it'll all work out, 'cause he'll make it work so he can work to work it out. And he promises, kid, that he'll give so much more than he gets, yeah. He just hasn't met her yet. You know the one I'm talking about. Apparently we've collected something else new. Yet again, probably a different type of stone. Yep, I don't know what this stuff is. We should have installed What Am I Looking At, apparently. Every time I sit down to record this, every day, happy January 2nd, by the way, every day I'm getting more confused. I find another odd mod that I need to install just to make vanilla Minecraft playable. I need Walia to know what I'm looking at. I need to have mouse tweaks to not get infuriated trying to move things in and out of my inventory. Things that should just be in the game. What are you? What are you? Can I collect you? What is this? Copper? What uses doth copper have? Oh, you can make a copper ingot. You could create a brush. I don't know, you would... What, a spyglass? If you have amethyst, wherever you get that from. Apparently you can create a copper door and a lightning rod. Does that actually... A smithing table. What? Hold on. Wait a minute. What is this? What is a smithing table? Hold on. Smithing template. Where do you get something like this? Diamond legging and copper ingot to create... What is this? I beggeth your pardoneth? I had no idea these things were in the game. I had no clue whatsoever. This is fascinating and intriguing simultaneously. I'm looking for... This is going to be a fun year, folks. The year is just getting started. I'm going to learn all kinds of things as we go. With y'all's help, hopefully. Hopefully you're very active in the comments section, guiding me along. Anyway, back to mining now, because as cool as that is, and it is cool, don't mistake me, we do unfortunately really need iron, because apparently we can't make copper tools, which feels like a missed opportunity. There's so many things that you just sort of take for granted when you play vanilla Minecraft, like there's so many different tool types. I'm sorry, when you play modded Minecraft a lot, as I do, because that's what Minecraft is to me. Minecraft is not the vanilla experience for me. Minecraft is the modded experience. This is all new to me. This is all fascinating and interesting, but modded Minecraft is my bread and my butter, if you will. It's what I like to spread across a fresh morning toast. It's delicious. It's better to me. Modded Minecraft is better to me than avocado toast to a white millennial. A white bearded millennial, right? Because that's the prime avocado toast market, right? Sort of the California white millennial. They ride a bike, right? You know what I'm talking about. You know that they wear a beanie 24/7, but it's not to stay warm, it's a fashion statement. They own records not because they like the crinkle of the sound of the music, but because they may think that makes them unique and quirky. And they eat a lot of avocado toast. And they have a love for avocado toast that is entirely unfounded and quite frankly unhealthy, and very ever so slightly pressing up against obsession obsessive, kind of creepy a little bit, maybe. Like, maybe if you made a horror movie about them, right? Like, just sort of a deity from hell came about and asked them, what would you do for avocado toast? And throughout the course of the movie, they just do increasingly horrible, awful things for avocado toast. Should we change course? Oh, I was going to say, going this way isn't really getting us anywhere. Should we go this way instead? And also kind of maximize the amount of use we're getting from that torch by veering off. But yeah, apparently we should. Because even though I'm still not entirely convinced we need copper, we're finding more of it. I don't know what else we might find. I don't know what all has been added to Minecraft. So far, everything we found, I want to make it clear I'm being genuine every time we make one of these discoveries, and I'm sort of in awe. I'm shocked and surprised. I didn't know a lot of these things were added to the game. I think I knew copper existed, I just didn't know what it looked like. In fact, if you're a channel member, a member of the Spelunking Squad even, the copper is one of the markers you get when you've been a supporter for a certain amount of time. So yeah, I guess I have seen the bars. I just never seen the ore, and it looks quite interesting. I guess that's because it oxidizes, has that sort of a green color to it. That's fascinating. How many days have we been in Minecraft? We're going to lose track of that real quick, especially with us sleeping away some of the days. So I don't see any reason to even try to remember. But we do have more of that, so put half of that in there. With 1, 2, 3, 4 should be what it takes to cook up all of that, right? I think is the way that the math works there. 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, excellent. And we will quickly take a nap to sleep away what remains of the day and the night. And it looks like, without a fight, we're going to be able to set things right by building ourselves walls. We can sort of cheese a little bit the size of our house by building the walls on grass. I don't think it's going to be too much of a hassle. I don't think it's going to present too much of an issue, right? How do we want to build our house? Since we're taking things so slow and steady, I'm really not feeling like there's any kind of rush to get the house built. We've been safe up here. We've not died yet. And we're trying not to for the rest of the Let's Play. Just because we didn't choose a hardcore world doesn't mean we can't play the hardcore style, right? We're dedicated to not dying throughout this entire Let's Play. And have I done some goofy things that may have led to my death a couple of times already? Yes, but it hasn't happened yet, and that's the most important thing to keep in mind. So, as we clear away what's left of the trees upon the hill here, we need to focus on figuring out how to build a safe home that cannot be beset by monsters. And the way we're going to do that is by... Oh, I remember what I was saying now. I was delaying there because I couldn't remember exactly what I had already said and where I was going with any of it. What I was going to say is that, we've not died yet. So we've survived on this hill as the music is coming in now. So I think that means that we don't need to be in a hurry, It's not like we're knocking on death's door or anything. So we'll have the very bottom of this be like so. And do we want to do it slightly offset, or do we want to have the door right in the middle? Because we could have our door be a double door, like right here, if we wanted to. And that would be sort of a symmetrical build. But I've often, always, pretty much, built symmetrical houses. And in more recent years, I've been challenging myself to not think so symmetrically and try to build things in a different style or a different form, although I'm not great at it. So I'm wondering if now might not be a good time to sort of push myself to do something different. So what if we, instead of having the door be centered here, we actually took this down, and we brought the wall all the way over to here, and we had the door be set out a little ways. Now, unfortunately, with the rain, that does mean that monsters may spawn. And also, the music just got oddly creepy for some reason. Yeah, y'all hear that too, right? I have a bit of an idea. I have a little bit of an idea. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 block. So what if we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 block? That tree's gonna have to go right there, but that's okay. That's okay. We're laying out the foundations of what's going to be our forever home. We're gonna live here for the next year of our lives. And yeah, we'll go on adventures. We'll explore more of the world. We'll build a vacation home over in the village. Or more likely, we'll just take over one of the villagers' homes and turn it into our vacation home. But this place needs to be solid. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this needs to go. This needs to become that. We're going to have to do a little bit of refinement around here. Because I do want the house to still have some level of symmetry, even if it's not... Like, I want things to be even and sensical, if that makes sense. Sensical. I'm just saying words now. I promise I've got somewhere I'm going with all of this, okay? That's going to go there. And then this is 5... No, this is 4 blocks. That's not going to work. It doesn't need to be exactly double. That's not necessary. But if we break this here... It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no. It is going to be exactly double. I can only be non-symmetrical in so many ways. For me, this is going to be much better, and you're going to like it too once you see what I've got in mind. I don't have a finished product completely envisioned yet, but I've got a concept, and I think it's going to be good. I'm not a great Minecraft builder. I need to establish that right now. This isn't going to be some immaculate construct, the likes of which you've never seen on YouTube before. I really want that apple, but I think it's going to put me in a bad place when it comes to getting back out of here. Hold on. No, I've got this. I'm not an expert builder, okay? But I'm not awful. And I've got... there goes that torch. Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't realize my inventory was full, and that's why I couldn't pick it up. Okay. We'll get rid of some of this stuff, but not all of it. I think at some point, like, what can I do with diorite? Look at that polished diorite. What does stone cutting do? What is this? You can just turn diorite into polished diorite if you have stone cutting. I'm learning so many things. So there it is. If I tap A, it should save it over here for me. Oh man, all we need is a bit of iron. And then we can do whatever that thing is, however that works. Sounds good to me. Okay, we can't let ourselves get distracted. We've got to stay focused on our goal. So the next thing I need to do is build some stone stairs. This many of them. So that we can have those kind of on this overhang here. Just like so. And then, going to need some more of these. That might be just enough right there. There. We're going to need more for the rest of the floor. We're going to need some more along here, too. Because eventually where this is going to go is this is going to be squared up. And this is going to be squared up. And the door is going to be right here, into like a little entrance area with a big window there, and a big window kind of all along in here. I wish the Minecraft music would stop going away, or just play with a bit more frequency. This is how this is going to look from this side, and at some point we might even extend it out and have sort of like a porch or a deck of some variety. We'll build these up, like so. About 3 on each corner, and this should also be one. I don't know how I made that mistake. You know what? We're going to learn to let go. We're going to leave that one down there. We're not even going to worry about it. Even though it's a useful building material, we're going to go ahead and preemptively just come over here and grab all of these, because I think this is probably going to be all of what we need. We've got 64 blocks remaining. Yeah, we've got enough now. We don't need to worry about it. I hope. So 1, 2, 3, and we should have plenty of wood. I mean, we've cut down so many trees. I don't know how we could possibly have run out. We've only got 17 logs remaining, though. So maybe we don't have enough. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I saw my boat down there, and for a moment I didn't recognize what it was, and I was confused. Thought maybe it was some sort of strange beast come to spy on me on behalf of possibly the villagers. I did also see a creeper just then, did I not? That was odd. I thought I saw the coloration of a creeper down here. It might have just been these plants, but those don't really look like a creeper. Okay. Onward this direction we go. Build it up level, and then 1, 2, 3. And then the door is going to go right in here, and it'll be a single door instead of a double. We are going to need to eventually figure out a better food supply. I've yet to plant any of the plants that we found, by the way, so that's still something we need to do. I think I need to either plant them down by the sea or else get a bucket and plant them up here. We could just go throw some dirt in the water down below, and that would be fine. Have sort of dirt jutting out into the ocean. We could also go at any point and raid the villagers nearby and get some of their food. That's also an option, and one that I will probably take up at some point. But for right now, it's raining and it's dreary. It's raining, it's storming, the old man is snoring. He went to bed and bumped his head. He won't get up till morning, by which point he will have a concussion to deal with, unfortunately. I'm going to just say, if you bump your head, maybe don't go to bed in the middle of... maybe, you know, depending on the severity... You know, I have someone check to see if your pupils are dilating or whatever. My poor brother fell at my house one time. He tripped on something, and he got a bump on his head the size of an ostrich egg. Now, that's an exaggeration, but it was massive. It was like a comically large bump on his head, bless his soul. So, what if we did this here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like that, we have a place for a door. This might not stick what I'm doing right here. Right? That might not be the way. Something like this, though. And then, of course, we'll make the... I mean, should we make a copper door? We've got so much raw copper, and it seems like the only useful thing you can do with raw copper is smelt it. Or you could turn it into a block of raw copper, at which point, I guess, you would, you know, smelt it. So, we might as well smelt it. So here we go, the inaugural... first firing of the blast furnace. Where is all of my flint and stuff? We've got coal, I should say. There we go. Look at that. That's beautiful and fast. I think we've recorded long enough, though. Been about 30 minutes, same as last time. So, until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!